Hi guys, this is Rusty 78609. Good morning to you. It's 10:01 a.m. Central Standard Time. The temperature right now, unbelievably, is 78 degrees. And I thought I'd just do a little drive this morning. Not much to talk about, no real serious topics to talk about. Thank goodness we can all relax and enjoy the ride. But I'm at a grocery store, a big one here, and I'm leaving the parking lot. And I've often said that if you wanted to give a driver's ed student a driving test, turn them loose in a parking lot of a large shopping mall or grocery store, and if they're able to make it through and then out and exit without having an accident, they pass. Because sometimes it can almost be dangerous on the parking lot. But anyway, we're just cruising. I say anyway a lot, I know it, and I say guys a lot, and I know it. Do I care? Not one bit. They also have curbside here. See, this is a new thing for this grocery chain. You can order over the internet and come right here and pick up your groceries. Is that part of the new way to do things? You bet it is. Or you can order from Amazon pantry and get the stuff delivered right to your front door. And I hope the camera is reasonably straight and aimed okay. I try to aim it off to the right a little bit intentionally. Why? So you're not just looking straight ahead at the pavement, that you can see a little of the scenery that I'm seeing as I'm driving down the highway. Marble Falls, Texas is where I am right now. Small town in Texas Hill Country, population 6,000 or so. And but anyway, I got some groceries. I'm kind of preparing for my trip. I got some larger containers of items that are hard to find out in Alpine, Texas. And also, if you do find them, they're very expensive. I know one item that's going to be very expensive out there, and that's going to be blueberries. And I'll try to take a few extra ones, but I will eventually have to buy some out there, and they will be expensive, I know that. And there's a particular kind of chip I get here in Texas called El Milagro, and they're very good little chips for making, or for like dips and stuff. They're salt-free and fat-free stuff. I mean, they're made in New Braunfels, Texas. There's also another chip made out in Muleshoe, Texas, and I can't remember the name of it, and it's equal to this one. They may have those in Alpine. The gasoline right there shows to be $2.75 a gallon at that Chevron station, but it's $2.55 at Walmart, which is about a 5-minute drive from right here. Isn't this exciting? But yeah, I'm just getting ready to go, guys. I mean, we had a little rain yesterday. We've got some cloud cover today, so it is nice and cool. Feels good. Was able to take a nice, comfortable walk this morning, and that always makes me feel good when it's cool and I can take a longer walk. This is Highway 1431, and we're going west. Isn't that good to know? But we live in a good world, as far as I know. I mean, we happen to live in probably one of the better places in the world. I can't think of any better ones that I've been to that I would like to go back to and live, and I've been to a few, Mexico included, and a lot of the islands, and Asia, some of the Asian places. Been in Russia, actually. And I just think we've got well, for me, Central Texas works. It's a little hot in the summer, but other than that, there's not much downside to it. And I think most of us in the U.S. live in good places. We get used to them. Those of you that live in the colder climates, if you're used to it and you know how to dress for it and you know how to deal with the icing and snow conditions, and it's just one of those things that you live with. It's called life. So I'm floating along in the ocean of life in a small inner tube, and right now I'm floating out to Alpine, or will be next week. Looking forward to that. Maybe I'm going to stay a month for sure, 2 months, maybe. We'll see how it goes. Or I may move somewhere after a month. I may go somewhere else. I'm not going to say. I mean, I could go back to New Mexico because it's not that far from Alpine to places in Mexico. I could go to Silver City to an RV park there called Manzano's. Elevation about 5,800 feet, I guess, maybe close to 6,000, about the same as where I'm going to be in Alpine or outside of Alpine. And so it's the climate there is okay. And Silver City's an interesting town, a lot to do. I say a lot of things I like to do around there. There's some old ghost towns, and then you got Gila Cliff dwellings if you want to go out there. And of course, around Alpine, you got Fort Davis, you got the what do they call it, the big telescope out there. I can't remember the name of the location, but it's near Fort Davis. It's run by the University of Texas, I think. A huge observatory, huge. But yeah, then you got Big Bend around there. I don't know if I'll go down to Big Bend or not. I've been there a few times, and in the summer it's hot. Of course, if you go up to the basin, which is up in the mountains, the Chisos Mountains, I guess it's called. But it's around 5,500 feet, and it's fairly comfortable there. But from where I am in Alpine to the basin in Big Bend is probably close to 100 miles. And out there it's going to be about $2.80 a gallon. So that's something you got to think about. Now, will I go by the old Terlingua ghost town and go to Long Draw Pizza? Yep. Probably do that once. And then I might do it again right before I come back. Because that pizza, boy, it's good. I mean, it's loaded up. Is it healthy? Not one bit. Loaded with cheese and processed meats and not everything that'll kill you. I mean, but I'm going to die of something. I want to have a reason. Coming into Granite Shoals, guys. Again, this is just a drive with no purpose, no real meaning in this video. And I'm glad. You know, it's hard to force a video. I mean, I know I see people that do it, and it just sticks out all over them that they really had to work hard at coming up with something. Well, I didn't come up with anything in this video, guys. Nothing. When there ain't nothing to do nothing. Gasoline here is $2.69 a gallon. Again, now the temperature is 80 degrees, warming up quickly because the cloud cover is being burned off by Old Man Sol. S-O-L means sun in some language, Latin maybe, or Spanish. But I am looking forward to the trip. I've got it broken down into 2 legs, one to Junction and from Junction to Alpine. From Junction to Alpine will take about 4 to 5 hours. From my place to Junction will take about 2 to 3, depending on how slow I go. The reason I do that is that way I don't have to be in a hurry at all. If I want to stop and look at something or stop and fix me a snack, then I can do it and not feel rushed. You know, I don't like, because when you're rushing on a trip, you're stressed. All right, and I like to be really relaxed, no stress. So therefore, I really take my time. Other people do what they do. I do what I do. And you know, that's kind of a lesson people need to learn in life is don't pattern your life after anyone else. It's yours. You know, you can take some ideas from people and use them for your benefit. I've done it a lot. And yeah, and it helps because, you know, you don't know everything, but snitching a good idea from people every now and then is not going to hurt you, particularly if it's about keeping your health or enjoying your life, which are basically the same thing. 1, 2, 3 red light. They've got cameras up there, but I'm not sure if that's to regulate the lights or to take pictures of people that run the red light. They do have those in Killeen, Texas, because I got a ticket in Killeen once through the mail. I didn't pay it. I called the state of Texas and found out I didn't have to either. But a lot of people see that and they just automatically pay it. It generates a lot of revenue for the city without having to expend a lot of money. It's almost all pure profit. And what does that got to do with the meaning of life? Nothing. Got a little traffic today, a little leftover group from 4th of July. A lot of people come up here to be on the lakes 4th of July, and this 4th of July fell in the middle of the week, so I'm sure a lot of people just took the whole week, which is fine with me. I would have done the same thing if I could. Got everything pretty well done now. Pretty well done for the trip. Even though there wasn't much to do, it's easy to forget something. I tell you what you forget is things like your doormat. You know what I mean? Or your entrance mat, because I always take an entrance mat. Even when I go boondocking, I like to have something there where I can wipe my feet off or knock the dust off my shoes before I go inside the RV. For those of you that don't know who I am, I live in a 16-foot travel trailer. I've lived in one for 20 plus years, 25 years, whatever. It's been a long time. 72 years old and still traveling, and plan to do it for many more as long as I can keep my health. Eating long draw pizza will help. And drinking beer every day, that helps. You know that's true, right? And a reminder, I said in the video the other day to put laundry soap in your freshwater tank. Don't do that. I'm sure somebody's heard me say that and might do it. I mean, if you drain it and flush it, it probably won't hurt you. But if you want to put anything in your freshwater tank, put about a capful or a tablespoonful of Clorox, because that kills the bacteria in the water. I don't drink the water from my freshwater tank. I drink filtered water that I get at Walmart or somewhere. I don't buy bottled water, but I refill my gallon jugs with filtered water when I'm traveling. You can do it out in Alpine. They've got a couple of places there that have those little filters. And I've also got a filter on my sink, a Culligan. No, it's not a filter on the faucet. It's a pitcher filter, a Culligan thing. Or no, it's not. It's a Brita. It's a Brita pitcher filter. And when I'm at an RV park, of course, I use that thing at home, and then I use it at RV parks too. And it does all right. It filters out any chlorine, but the RV park I'm going to be staying at is about 7 miles from Alpine, and it has well water, but I still will filter it. It filters out a lot of stuff. It filters out Giardia, which is the one that gives you some real stomach problems sometimes. It's a pretty drive. After that rain yesterday, it's amazing how quickly the little plants green up or turn green. And believe me, the deer and all the wildlife that live off the vegetation are thanking Mother Nature for that, because it was really dry here, really dry. Rained just in time for everybody to enjoy their fireworks displays. I heard fireworks last night till after midnight. And I'm using my Danby air conditioner now because the weather's cooler, and I want to test it a little bit just to be sure that it cools around 90 to 95 degrees. If it doesn't, will I change it? No. But I just want to find out for my own benefit, know what I'm faced with. Yeah, what do I have, an Arctic King or whatever it is? I think it's called an Arctic King 6000 BTU window AC that I put in the window and I made it removable. Yeah, it's really easy. Just 2 screws and the board comes off and it slips right out on the ground and falls on my foot. It weighs about 40 pounds, which is light to a lot of people, but as I get older, it ain't light anymore. We'll end this video up here in a minute, guys, and I'll stop this cruel and unusual punishment. I'll tell you what cruel and unusual punishment is when it comes to stuff on television or whatever. The news. Gosh. I mean, I was looking at my Google News page that I have set up, and even and it's a selective group of news groups that I get news from, and it should be fairly soft. Well, it's not. I mean, even sources like Time Magazine, Fortune Magazine, those are just corrupted to hell. Well, they have to try to get viewers. They have to get readership. Without subscriptions, they die. I know. I worked at a newspaper one time, and subscribers were great because you could run up the advertising rates based on the number of subscribers you had. That's how the rates were determined, basically. But anyway, guys, we're moving along here, and I'll end the video, and I hope all of you are having a great day and keeping your health. But yeah, eat right, walk a little bit. And in weather like this, when it's 80 degrees like it is right now, I can sit outside in weather like this all day long. And so out where I'm going, that's going to be the mean temperature for me to enjoy. And that's the reason I'm going. I can stay here and enjoy myself, but I'm going to go to Alpine, and then I'm going to go I might go up to Silver City. I'm not going to say. I hate to do that because, see, if I go to Silver City, then getting back to the home base is a trick, because I got to come through Balmaray, and sometimes they are packed in the summers. But we'll see how it goes. But anyway, guys, from Central Texas, USA, this is Rusty 78609, live and in color, living a life of luxury in a 16-foot travel trailer. And it ain't all bad, man. I guarantee you. I think about all the things I could have done in my life, and every time I think, if I'd have stayed as a practicing CPA and focused on maximizing my earnings and making some wise investments and all that sort of thing, I could have probably been fairly wealthy today. But where would I be? I'd be in a big home, probably with a wife and some kids and grandkids and stuff. And that's not bad, I guess. But if I was happy with that relationship, and the chances of me being happy in any relationship are pretty damn slim, as I found out. But anyway, guys, from Central Texas, USA, thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye-bye, buy anything your little heart desires. But if you think about it, use the link to Amazon products. I do get a small commission, but it doesn't cost you anything. So if you choose to do it, do so. If you don't want to fool with it, don't. And what else? Drink plenty of water. 3 or 4 quarts a day won't hurt you. It is good for you. It'll help you avoid gout, kidney stones, and it'll also help you lose weight because you'll be full of water and you won't want to snack. And that's where those extra pounds come from a lot of times. What else? Take deep breaths. Breathe in deeply, hold it for a few seconds, and breathe out slowly. Why? Because that relieves stress, and relieving stress does what? Lowers your blood pressure. Is that good for you? Gosh, yes. What else? Stretch, 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 walk. I've done that today, and I may do it again this afternoon if the temperature stays reasonable. And what else? Stand guard at the door of your mind. Don't let negative Nancy or negative Ned get inside your head. This morning, as I was out walking, I ran into the ladies that were out walking, and we were talking and so forth. And I was lucky enough to steer the conversation into some areas that weren't too bad. And anyway, but on the way back home, there was a lady came out and said hello, and then she was going to tell me all about her problems, but I just walked off. I did. I just said, well, thank you, bye. I mean, enjoy your day or something like that, because I don't want to hear about it. So anyway, guys, do the same thing. Stand guard at the door of your mind. You know, try to remain positive. Anyway, enjoy your life, guys. This has been another viral video from Rusty78609. Probably get 2 views, mine and well, maybe just 1. Bye-bye, guys. Adios.